Hello, everybody. Give it a few seconds, see if anyone joins. This is going to be my first live on YouTube. I've done a couple on TikTok, but this is my first live. I'm going to do a general read for all signs. And I don't know if I'll be able to read the chat well because I'm just doing this on my phone. So let's see if anybody joins in. I have no idea how to make anyone a moderator on here yet either. Hey, green-eyed. Thanks for joining me, hun. All right, so I posted in my Discord, but I'm doubting that anyone will even show up because, you know, this was not announced and this is just a flying by the seat of my pants, but I'm gonna do a live. Let me know if you can hear me. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to start with the Native Spirit deck. Awesome. And see what we get. Friday night. I've been wanting to go on for a while. I don't know why I'm so intimidated by YouTube. Just the lives in general kind of intimidate the heck out of me. Because I don't know why. Because of the chat, I guess. I have to figure out how to make you a mod on here, Green Eye, if you want to. Let's see. Ooh, we got a bunch already. I kind of wanted to show off my Reiki room behind me, but that would mean having to get on a ladder and move my whole curtain behind me. So I'm like, next time. Next time. I love my Reiki room. It's like one of my most favorite parts of my house. Awesome. Anything else? Spirits, guides, and ancestors. Oh, I also have a question. So, a few weeks ago, I bought a veneer kit for my teeth because I used to smoke really heavy for years and years and years, cigarettes and herb, and I drink coffee. I drink tons of coffee, and I used to drink pop all the time. Anyway, so I bought veneers, and I've never used them, so I'm trying to find anybody out there who has ever used them, and tell me their experience. Hey, Tiffany. Glad you joined in. Yeah, DIY veneers. Yeah, DIY veneers for my teeth. Because they're just, I hate them. I hate the bottoms. They're real yellow from smoking and coffee and all that. So, yep, it's a whole kit. And I think that there's a thing in there where you can make like 3 molds. Like if you send it and they're messed up the first time, you can send them out again and get them redone. It was kind of expensive. I put it on a payment plan, but it was way cheaper than having a dentist make them. So I'm gonna try it. Oh no. Hey user. Hello. Yeah, do it yourself dentistry. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? I mean, you know, there's so many things out there nowadays. Don't worry. Just gonna do squats and try to firm those up. Oh my gosh. All right, so I've got a few cards out. I'm using the Native Spirit deck. I'm just doing, yeah, $1 million question is the veneers. Will they work? Will they not? Who knows? Will they work? Will they not? I'm so nervous to do lives, y'all. Really, I love doing reads in person and Reiki in person, and I don't have a problem like standing up at work in front of a big old group. Yeah, you're interested to see how it turns out. Let me be the guinea pig. Let me be the guinea pig and try the veneers. And then if it sucks, you're not out any money. I will be the guinea pig. I volunteer as tribute. Yeah, I'll totally do that. Do you have anything else from this deck, Spirit? Let's see. There was like a big old bunch that came out. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very interested. So I'm going to do that this weekend. I'm also going to try to change a water filter on my. This is the first house I've ever had where I have hard water, so I have a water softener tank, and I have to change a filter on there. So yeah, plumbing. I mean, I just have to shut the water off in the whole house for a minute and take that apart. How could that go wrong? DIY. We DIY and all kinds of stuff. Bob the Builder with the teeth, Bob the Builder with the plumbing, whatever. Whatever. I got nothing else from this deck, so I'm going to read what I have. So I'm using the Native Spirit deck. The first card out is Spirit of Earth. So that to me is really, really, getting in touch with Earth, doing your grounding. GED, this, does this look like anywhere on the outskirts of where you live? I imagine you being in the city, not out in the desert. But it's, connecting with Gaia, connecting with Mother Earth, grounding yourself, feeling stable. I'm also getting from this, like, okay, I'm also getting from this particular card, maybe you felt like things were not really changing for a while, with the earth, and this being kind of like a more dry terrain, that things probably didn't feel like they were changing for a while, so things might have felt stagnant, things didn't feel like they were moving, but you were kind of getting your feet under you, and getting grounded in your life. So maybe you had healed from things, maybe you were kicking people out of your lives. A lot of people did that the last year or so, ending of cycles and all of that. And the next card out is Spirit of Fire. So like a renewed passion for things in your life. Maybe that is a creative project, which makes sense. A lot of people that I'm talking to, I don't know if it's because of this fire horse energy coming in, that we're just in the beginning of the new year, the new lunar new year with the fire horse and all of that passionate energy to create. I had some amazing sparks today of like a book that I've been stagnant on. I wrote like 8 or 9 chapters of this book, and then I just set it aside because I was like, okay, where are you going with this? And tonight I just had this freaking light bulb moment, and it was like, oh, it's not just that. So now I know where the story evolves and where it goes. And so cool. So maybe you're feeling that. Maybe that spirit of fire is coming in with the year of the fire horse, and it's going to ignite new passions in your life. I don't know. The energy really shifted for me in the last, really literally probably like 24, 36 hours. So things that I felt like I was on the fence about, could I do it? Did I feel confident enough to do it? Things with my career, things with going back to school, things with the book, things with going on the channel. It's like just someone lit a freaking furnace fire under my butt, and I'm like, yep, I'm doing that. Yep, I'm doing that. Yep, I'm doing that. Yep, I got a budget for that. So that's really cool. And the next card out is Spirit of Water. So this one is, I don't know how this is going to feel for anyone else, but this one for me brings up like a lot of emotion, but like releasing heavy emotions. So part of one of the things that I intend to do this year, I have a couple of trips that I want to make, and one of them is to take a trip to California. I have not been out there since 2021, so that's 5 years. Haven't seen my son and my grandsons in person, and my daughter-in-law. The last time I went was when I originally dyed my hair this Cabernet color. My partner was still alive, but he was really sick, and him and his family scraped money together for that ticket for me to go to California. And he was saying, Missy, you do for everybody else, and I want you to go and visit your family. You know, you need to do something for yourself. And he was kind of freaked out over this hair color. He liked it. He thought it was sexy, but it kind of shocked him. He wasn't expecting it. I just, didn't tell anybody and just did it. And, it shocked him. But I think he missed me because this was funny. I'm out there and I was telling him how I was watching the kids. I was babysitting the kids so that my son and his partner could go out and enjoy some time together. And Lorenzo was like, well, it just sounds like they're just using you for a babysitter. I think you need to just come on home, because he couldn't just say, I miss you. He was getting grouchier as the time went on and I was out in California. Um, but yeah, I always intended and envisioned that at some point when I felt like I really had released all the energy of that year of losing him, and people don't believe me when I say this, but his dad died, my best friend died, he died, and in that stretch of like from when his dad died, in 8 months' time, I had 15 people that died. Yeah. So that was a whole lot of crap to heal from. And it's been a little over 3 years. And I feel like I've worked through a ton of that and other stuff that I needed to heal from. And I knew when I did, I was going to make a trip back to the ocean. And I had never talked about releasing his ashes, but I feel like I want to release his ashes. I don't want to hold them. So, yeah, yeah, I know, but why did it happen in like 15? But it was, yeah, but it was like, just so you miss me already. Yeah, he would not just say that he missed me already, but he was getting grouchier the whole time that I was there. So this spirit of water, I just feel like that's a big emotional release that a lot of people are going through. And it makes sense with the whole Lunar New Year read that I did. If you look at that and read that, and you're hearing it in everybody else's readings too, when they talk about the fire horse year of people ending old karmic cycles and releasing stuff, and you'll never go through that again. Like I loved him with all my heart and soul, but it was not a healthy relationship in any way. So yeah, I feel like that final bit of release and purging will, I already feel like I've released so much, but I feel like that final release will happen when I go back out to California for some reason. I don't know why, but so maybe, so maybe other people are doing that as well, releasing some heavy stuff and like that final purge and the weight off your chest. With grief, I just talk about that in grief group. We just talked about that. Thank you. I'm excited to. Hey, Steph. Nice to see you here, honey. Yeah, we talked about that in grief group. People were talking about like when you have something heavy like that. Snickerdoodle. That's a cute name. When you have something heavy like that it like can feel like an elephant on your chest for a long, long time. And over time, like it just doesn't feel as heavy, and it doesn't feel as heavy. And I don't really feel it most days. It's, and what I say now, it's kind of like a rock in your pocket, and it's there. It's always there with you, but it's not sitting here anymore. So that feels really good. So I'm looking forward to that trip. Let's see if we have anything else from the Native Spirit deck. So Steph, are you at work? This is my virgin YouTube debut, so be gentle with me. I haven't made anyone moderators yet because I haven't figured out how to do it. Finishing your paper. What class are you doing right now, Steph? I know you're working on your nursing degree. The cherry poppin' stream. Aw, thank you. All right, so what else do we have? Spirits, guides, ancestors. Yeah, I've done a couple of lives on TikTok, but this is my first YouTube. And lives really make me nervous. I'm fine in person and in groups like doing groups at work and talking to people and stuff like that. But it's something weird about being on camera. I don't know. Very self-critical. But another philosophy class. Another. Does it feel like you've been taking those forever, Steph? So, yeah, I made a decision today. I'm trying not to tell everything on camera, but I made a decision today to talk with, well, I talked with my boss, but now I have to talk to HR on Monday about going back to school and not just staying at my CDCA level, which is I'm licensed through the state board as a chemical dependency counselor assistant, which means I can lead groups, I can do some independent sessions if there's a position open in my building, which there's not right now. They have like a limited number of those spots. I can do some counseling under supervision, but mainly for people with substance use disorders. But I want to go back and start working on an associate's for a counseling degree with a specialty in substance use disorders, grief, and trauma. So I'm going to start going back, and school has work has a program where they'll pay for your school, and like my CDCA, the classes for CDCA, if I would have paid for them elsewhere, would have been like $1,500, and I paid for the classes through work, and it was $70. So yeah. So I don't know how much it'll be to get my associates, but I know it'll be a hell of a lot cheaper than trying to pay for classes myself, because I really can't afford that. I love my new house, but the utilities are higher, the mortgage payment is higher, but it is my dream house. It's close to a lake. I can walk. It's like I can walk to the lake nearby and back, and it's 2.7 miles. So when the weather's nice, like that's a perfect little walk. And there's an outdoor gym there. Oh, are you going to? Oh, Green Knight, I'm so excited for you. I love it. Yeah, I'm gonna try through. I'm gonna find out through work first what the cheapest option is. That they have like a program where they'll help pay for your school. But oh, you're talking to GED about getting her stuff. Yeah, I'm super excited for everybody who's doing all that. All right, what else do we have with the cards? I got a bunch out. Is there anything else here? Anything else here, Spirit? Let's see. Take them in order. Oh, this is cool. So the next card out was Prayer Feather. So I'm reading what you get. So you want to get certified and then create a program, get it approved, so that I love that. GED, and I love that. And in a minute, I think we talked about this before. I'll tell you about. Well, I'll just say it now. This year talking about prison programs. I never really thought anything about wanting to work in prisons, but I had a dream like a year ago that I was going to be doing some kind of classes, kind of like, the dream called it ministry, but it was like, spirit classes in spirituality, meditation, mindfulness, Reiki, that kind of thing, incorporating some of the grief and trauma and inner child work stuff. So yeah. So I don't know. And I talked to my boss about it and was like, why are we not doing this? Like, yoga and meditation has been really wonderful. There's a place that I go, a sober community for peer support meetings. And, I never struggled with any heavy, hard drugs. I never did anything like that. Not a judgment. I'm just saying. So, but I see people there that did. I struggled with other addictions. But to see some of these people and how meditation and mindfulness has like changed them and just given them so much more focus and groundedness and helped with their anger issues and all of that, and helped them deal with all the changes that they're making in their lives. Like, it just amazes me to see the changes in some of these people. So yeah, eventually, who knows, you know, I'm doing stuff now that I put on a vision board like 7 years ago, and realized that in the last year or two, I've literally accomplished everything on that vision board. And it was all stuff that I never ever thought that I would do. Um, so yeah, I believe in going after your dreams, and even if you feel like things are slow, then, you know, just, you know, it can be slow sometimes if that's what you need, is slow your life down. But don't ever stop going after your goals and your dreams. Like, you know, sometimes I have to put things on the back burner for a minute because I'm not feeling well, or I'm going through health issues, or I'm struggling with some, you know, depression or whatever. But I've never quit, you know. So the next card out was Prayer Feather. So maybe getting into your spiritual practices. Um, this is really cool. This whole little next section is all stuff that, yeah. Oh my God, this is wild. Okay. So, Prayer Feather, Sacred Mountain, Sweat Lodge. I've never done a sweat lodge, but the Prayer Feather, Sacred Mountain, all of this was stuff today that I was talking about in my plans for this next year for spring and summer. So I have a couple of trips that I'm working on, and I hope they all work out. So I'm going to go to North Carolina in July for like a 3-4 day retreat. It's just really something I have to budget for a recovery Dharma retreat. Thinking about going ahead and getting certified to be a recovery Dharma Sangha leader. A Sangha is just like a meditation group for recovery Dharma. So I'm going to go to like a 3-4 day meditation retreat, and then I'm hoping to see the mountains when I go in North Carolina, and see the hills and the mountains. Sweat Lodge, apparently that's something that maybe I'm going to be doing as well. I've been really into shamanic practices this year and learning more. And Talking Stick came out, which I was sitting here today. I was planning my grief group materials for Monday, and I was like, maybe I need to make a talking stick this week and pass it around the circle, because some people just don't want to shut up, and they just want to keep talking, like because they're still very much in their trauma and they haven't worked through it, and you need to share in group time. So I was thinking, you know, I don't want to be rude and put like a timer on the table for people, but trying to prompt people along so that they share the speaking time. And I'm like, well, maybe a talking stick would be a good idea. So that's funny that that came out. Talking Stick is all about sharing in your circle, in your tribe, in your soul tribe, and allowing everyone to say what they need to say. So I think, me personally, I know why that came out, but for other people, if you have a difficult situation that you need to talk with somebody, you know, maybe someone you're co-parenting with, or someone who is vexatious in your life, a coworker or a friend or a frenemy, maybe you don't literally, pass the baton to speak is really what it is. You may not have an actual physical baton, but this came out in another read that I did this week too, and it was advising you to listen as a friend to what someone has to say, and just allow them to get out what they need to say and speak what they need to say. That doesn't mean I'm always going to say this. That doesn't mean that you accept any kind of BS if, you know, they're on some BS. But at least hear them out, listen for, is there another perspective that I haven't thought of? Be kind and compassionate as a friend. but be truthful, honest, and authentic. If they're on some crap, call it out. And we know, Taurus and Sag, we're going to do that, right? And the next card out was Thunder Drum. And I love this card. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. For me, that whole shamanic practice of going out under a grandfather sky and just beating your drum, normally the thunder drum, you go out and you bang on that drum to bring rain. So to me, every time that I get this card, it's like petitioning the Most High for your blessings to rain down on you. Because the Native people who use the practice of the thunder drum, that's literally what they're doing, is they're going out and they're banging on the drum and asking for rain to come out and bless all of their seeds. They can have a plentiful harvest. And so thunder drum is reminding you to connect with the Most High and petition for the right conditions for all of the seeds that you have planted to grow and bless your life abundantly. So, yeah. Yeah, no way you can have a clear conscience if you don't tell you what I think. Yeah, especially if it's going to help you. For sure. I'm not a bite. It's very difficult for me to bite my tongue. I really have to work hard to to not call you out in a really, like, I can cut your feelings and hurt your feelings, really. Yeah. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I'm gonna have to have you look at my chart because I don't know. I don't know all of my placements. Right. See if there's anything else from the native spirit. I feel like we're supposed to move on to the sacred travelers. So, Steph, do you work tonight? It's like, Steph, are you in the house? Is there anything else from this deck, spirit? Spirits, guides, and ancestors, give us the message we need to see. Message we need to see. No. No more from that one. I guess that was the whole message on that one. We'll move on. She probably is. If she's studying, she's like, that's pulling her mind in a couple different directions. And I was led to the Sacred Traveler ones because I want to travel a whole bunch this year. So I'm like, let's see where everyone is. What's it saying about the paths that everyone is going to be going on this year? Because like with this fire horse year, it's going to be swift movement, swift changes. I see vicious people. Let's just see expansion. That's really cool. So I'm seeing, my eyes are flickering, seeing like the horse has been in the stable, and then led out to the paddock, so where they just kind of graze, but they're still fenced in. And then the gate is open and it just goes flying out into this big field, and it's just like this beautiful tall green grass, and it's just like flying through the field, and its hair is all flying, and it's just what a beautiful freaking image. So so what I'm getting with that is that it's definitely this year with that fire horse of like things that have held you back, either if there were blockages placed in your way by someone else or blockages because of your own mindset, the gates are being swung open so that you can fly out into chasing after your goals, and just a big sense of freedom from being fenced into, like held in a box. Like the paddock is like a real square box. Yeah, a mixture of, yeah, that yeah, exactly, that like life was holding you back because whatever. And you yourself can hold yourself back if you're like, don't believe that you can do something, you don't have that faith in yourself or whatever. And so it's like this conjunction of your own soul growth and the universe like coming into alignment with it. And so, like the conditions are right kind of thing. So yeah, it is. Perspective is everything. And I can tell myself a million times, you're capable, you can do this. But really, feeling empowered is a completely different thing. That's okay, honey. Enjoy your weekend stuff. I'm glad that you popped in. Thank you. Good luck with your paper. Proud of you. All right, anything else? Anything else? Spirits, guides, and ancestors. Oh. Okay. Anything else? I want to try to jump, but my finger knocked it back in. Okay, let's go with what we have. Let's take this order. Desert Passage. So kind of like that first card out in the other read, with the desert, and it like things felt stagnant. So the first card out in this read is Desert Passage. Trust that there's a divine plan. So it's kind of like, parting the ways through. There's a divine plan. There's a path ahead. So, yeah. So just trusting and having faith in yourself and the universe. Discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth. Let's see what's all. I always read so much and onto all these little cards. Kind of like the Fool. They've got the little, yeah, all the desert stuff. Claim it, claim it. So this little person has like this wicker basket, and I feel like this is like the Fool in this deck. You stand in the light of truth, discovering your truth. So maybe just discovering the truth of like who you are and what you're about, and what your gifts are. And like that Fool card, you're just ready to step out into more embodying who you are and claiming that. Yeah. Unknown territory. You are exactly where you need to be. You may feel a little lost in the wilderness, like you don't know where to go or the first step to take. But if you notice all the birds around the messengers, so you've got that first one is kind of like, it looks like a little goldfinch, which are about prosperity, and then an owl, which is wisdom. So you have messengers that are going to lead you to making the right choices to go towards your abundance. And it is unknown territory, but just trust you're exactly where you need to be. You're going to align with the right opportunities. You're going to have the wisdom with that owl to know the right opportunities. So like if you make a business contact and you feel like they could be helpful, you're going to follow your intuition and know if that is someone to trust. And likewise, if there's someone who they could be a business contact, but you don't trust them, you're going to have that wisdom to follow the path ahead. So don't get overwhelmed and feeling like you're lost in the wilderness. You have messengers and guides all around you, and just trust in those messages that you receive. Journey by moonlight. Oh, believe in magic. Ha! GED, this is totally your card. You're not going to believe it, but this is what I'm getting from it. So this is Pan. Sexy little horny Pan with the pan flute out there under the moonlight. He's probably got marmalade on his thighs. Believe in magic. Yeah. Y'all meeting up at night. Are you traveling? Traveling at night to meet up with your little lusty devil? I'm not gonna ask. That's not my business. Where did they get my picture from? I don't know. But whenever, yeah. So I don't know. Journey by moonlight. Maybe it's just that you're traveling at night to go out on a date or whatever. But you're gonna have a lusty time and celebrate. They owe you a residual. Oh my gosh. Joy and delight. I love this. Open your heart to joy. I'm happy for you. I'm so happy for you. Okay, so this is gonna sound so cheesy, but that picture with all that golden light there. So it's been 6 or 7, maybe longer. I don't know. Some years back, I did a meditation class with one of my spiritual mentors, and she was, it was a, try to get more connected with your spirits, guides, and ancestors and your spirit animals. And we did a guided meditation, and that was the one where I went to the pleroma, and I didn't even know what the pleroma was at that time, but that card reminds me of it because after I walked through the Akashic Records room and I opened the doorway, we were supposed to open the doorway and kind of see the great beyond, and our guides were supposed to be there. When I first opened the door, I thought I was just going to see like a dark, kind of black and purpley, night sky with all the stars, and was like, oh, am I gonna fall? And I literally opened the door and I only saw that for a second, and then everything was this beautiful yellow and bright white around the edges light, and it was so warm and so much love and joy and peace that it was overwhelming. Like I freaking cried. So if that is the kind of joy and delight that you have coming into your life, is just that much happiness, it's going to make me cry for you. Like whoever you are, GED, if this is you, if anyone out there watching, I wish this for everybody. Total euphoria. Cannot even put it into words. I just felt like it was just the love of whatever you want to call it, source, creator, like where we all come from. And it was so much overwhelming love and peace that I cannot even put it into words. So I wish that for everybody. Yeah. Oh, I'm claiming it all. I just also want everybody else to be thrilled and be happy and have all these beautiful blessings too, because I'm not selfish like that. I'm not selfish like that. Yeah. I claim it for myself. I claim it for you. Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. I have no idea what time that it is. I don't want to miss my read with a double wedding. That'd be awesome. I'll come to you with, So I'm just a cheese ball. I don't know if you ever heard me talking during any of Uncle El's reads, you know, where we're talking about, he'd be talking about other people getting married or whatever. And I was like, I don't know about getting married again. I don't know about getting married again. I don't know about, I keep talking about wanting to do a hand fasting. And people are like, what the hell is a hand fasting? So it's, a hand fasting is, it really comes from hand fastening. They would, yeah, they would bind. Are you wearing fishnets? That is awesome. What color? I need to know. Inquiring minds need to know. So a hand fasting or hand fastening. Oh, I think Enchanted is going on. So I'm gonna do like one quick card, and then I'm gonna bounce because I don't want to miss my read I paid for. It's binding your hands together with like a ribbon and declaring your love to each other. So declaring that you're partners without all the legal mumbo jumbo that binds you. And that's probably just my fear talking. I'm never going to be married again. I will be a partner to somebody, but I wanted to do that under my willow trees. I really wanted to do that, but I didn't. This message is held for review. I don't know what it was. White and gold fishnets. It's pure and sexy and flashy and awesome. I'm pitching like, all right, won't say anything. I'll tell you in the Discord. I'm picturing a real earthy kind of thing for me if I ever do a partnership ceremony with anybody again. I kind of want, I like, what did I do? I did one at the courthouse and I did one in a church. Yeah, I've been married twice. My first one I was 18 and stupid. And my next one I was about 30. Not quite 30. I'm about 30. Yeah, let's just wear matching outfits. Okay. I don't know. I like I'll tell you in the Discord because I'm not gonna put it on here. I gotta put it on here because no, everybody don't need to know that. No, but. All right, I'm just gonna, so, what deck was I using? Sacred Rebels. Number 17, what is already with you? So it's butterflies, transformation. You already have the tools that you need. The transformation has happened. It's flying out of the cocoon. And what you want wants you. I love that. That whole, is that the anemone? Yeah. Like sacred spiral. I always think of sacred geometry and deep soul ties when I see those because they're ancient, you know? So I love that. So yeah. Transformation, all the tools you already have are all within you, and you're ready to fly free, and what you want wants you. Great read. I love it. All right, let's fly over to Enchanted's because I don't want to miss any reads over there. Thank you for being here. All right, good night, guys. See you at the Enchanted Cottage. Okay. Nope. Nope.